morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Because knowledge is knocking. Then I want to talk to you real quick about ignoring a bitch. Oh, there's power in turning the other cheek. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about people that like to throw shade, you don't fight shade with shade. The only thing that overrides and destroys the shade is the sunlight. See, your light gotta be so bright that you keep that bitch where they belong. In the shadows, the dark. The bitch is invisible, and we don't see you, girl. See, you don't go back and forth with a person that's hating on you, because when you do that, you become just like them. A weak bitch. So the next time they mention your name in a status, or your name come up in a conversation, don't respond because you're too high to look that low. We can't go back and forth with people that we can't reach and that's not on our level. We not sitting at the same table eating the same meals.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where? Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. I saw 3 people here, 2 people here now. Good morning, Nikki News on Narcissism. Good morning to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brantley's Virtual Tour Live. It's Wednesday, everybody. And oh, buddy, do we have a lot to talk about. Wicked for Good is coming in November. Okay, as you may or may not know, Wicked Land may be coming to Universal's Epic Universe. I got the intel for you. They dropped it this morning. Entertainment Weekly, that has dropped some intel this morning on Wicked for Good. We'll get into that. A lot of politics news going on, and a lot of white imagination going on. We'll talk about that. Some good news about Karen Huger and Bravo. Can't wait to tell you about that. Alopecia is a huge condition that affects so many women. Wait till you see how they are making this a positive. Can't wait to tell you that. Tyrese, you got rejected by Mary J. Blige, bruh. You couldn't just take that. But no, wait till y'all hear what he said about J. Blige. I can't wait to tell you. Then we're going to talk about dating this morning because there's a new article out from rollingout.com that is talking about where you live could determine where you date. Could determine how you date. K. Michelle responded to Gyrl and Robin. You know, I really wish those 2 women would just know their role, stay in their lane, and drive their speed limit. On the words of Maurice Scott, lay their roll over and make it, okay? And finally, if you are in Arkansas and you have a child with autism, there's some news about Hopebridge that you need to know about. Let's get to it. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And 1 thing to know and 2 things for sure. And Nikki News on Narcissism knows this, and all y'all do, because over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Roll it.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price. And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you started it out right. But whenever you're in the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
You know, I think I've said this over 1,000 times or close to it. Yes, Julie Chen Moonves is a new morning indie, and to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez, you are absolutely right on this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Glad to have all you here. So listen, we're going to get to our destinations. I just want to, take care of a few things this morning, right? So if you want to know what this show is about, I got it for you, okay? Now, listen. We make sure everybody knows what we're doing over here. So let me read y'all the head. Let me read y'all the thumbnail. Okay, so this is the show today. This is the show today. Okay, right here. I'm ready to head to the western sky. Do you realize you have a health condition 47? Well, Bravo, where's the spinoff or companion show? Now clap it up for being about something, not tearing down someone. Bruh, you are not that same OG. Where you live does determine a lot. And Giselle, Brian, Robin, Dixon, don't y'all have a lawsuit with Eminem? Plus, when we don't invest in kids, we get people like thirsty toxicity. Okay, that's our show today. Okay, now to thirsty toxicity and all of those subscribers, this is for y'all. Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Because knowledge is knocking. Then I want to talk to you real quick about ignoring a bitch. Oh, there's power in turning the other cheek. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about people that like to throw shade, you don't fight shade with shade. The only thing that overrides and destroys the shade is the sunlight. See, your light gotta be so bright that you keep that bitch where they belong. In the shadows, the dark. The bitch is invisible, and we don't see you, girl. See, you don't go back and forth with a person that's hating on you, because when you do that, you become just like them, a weak bitch. So the next time they mention your name in a status, or your name come up in a conversation, don't respond because you're too high to look that low. We can't go back and forth with people that we can't reach and that's not on our level. We not sitting at the same table eating the same meals.
I just thought that should be known. And since we're doing, updates and everything else, I just want to show y'all what we did last night. Okay, in case you did not know, just a couple of things. We had a great time last night with this Las Vegas live here. Let me show y'all right here. So 199 views, basically 200 views, 199 views, and 14 likes. That's what y'all did. But as I go back, this right here, okay, this right here, 102 views, 1,162 views. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That is how you shut shit down, by doing what they could never do, a fifth quarter or a half of it. Now, with that being said, let's do what we do and not be thirsty toxicity over there, and let's do what we do and go on tour. Braylon Lee, you guys, all of us, let's do what we do, child. Let's get to it. From Entertainment Weekly. Oh, by the way, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, but if you let it fly, it must apply. Now, I did call you Thirsty Toxicity. I didn't say your name. I called you Thirsty Toxicity. Okay? So, unless you change your username, that I can say that. Moving on. Now, to Entertainment Weekly here, only on EW, Wicked for Good director John M. Chu shares new details on 2 original songs and teases As Long As Your Mind climax. What is home, and what happens when you're fighting for a home that doesn't want you there? Chap! Did y'all read my text messages last night? Did y'all read my text messages last night? Did y'all read my text messages last night? Were you listening to my phone calls? Listen. Are there some people from the old Wizard of Oz that, they know Galinda and stuff in heaven, and, the angels will listen to me last night? Because that's a good question. How do you fight for a home that doesn't want you there? And what is home? Woo, let the church say amen. Chu teases of the second movie's new numbers. Here we go. Key point, both Elphaba and Glinda are that girl, and new exclusive images from Wicked for Good. And by the way, that Vegas Live, and I want to give Divine Virtuous Woman Zero her credit, because she was saying, we should do like a virtual trip. And we actually did a virtual trip last night about Vegas. Of course, we took the inch and made it a mile. Basically, there's a new campaign called Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas, and we took about 3 hours to do it. But the good news about me is I have actual factual content. So all you got to do is just press play. Oh, just a pro tip. If somebody's telling you to pause, but they can press play on themselves, get from around them, y'all. Everybody should able to be press play, pause, rewind, fast forward. Live your best life according to you, not what other people tell you how to live your life, okay? Just saying. Because back to that wicked question, are people born wicked, or is wickedness thrusted upon people? I think it's a little bit of both, child, but let's roll on. Director John M. Chu offers up details on the 2 new songs that composer Stephen Schwartz has written, one for each witch. Plus, he details the development of the love triangle between the 2 witches and Figaro. There's no place like home, but what happens when home becomes a place you no longer recognize? That's the central question at the heart of Wicked for Good, and most especially the 2 new songs that Stephen Schwartz has composed for the second half of the saga of Elphaba, Cynthia Erivo and Glinda Ariana Grande. They're questioning what is home, and what happens when you are fighting for a home that you realize doesn't even want you there, or was it never meant for you? Do you defend it? Do you fight it? Does anyone else think of home the same as you? Director John Chu tells Entertainment Weekly those questions are very interesting and relevant to Elphaba's journey. Glinda also has to reach her own understanding of home a bit in a much different way. Glinda is the one that has to ultimately pop her own bubble, Chu says. She has to leave her privilege to actually see other people's struggles and fight for justice and equality. I like where this is going here. Chu cautions audiences against seeing these songs as any sort of contemporary commentary. They do what timeless stories do, he says. They ask us elemental questions of being human, not just great parts, the celebratory, joyful parts of being human, but the scary, dark parts that test us. Everybody thinks it's about this time, and yet it's about all the time. Are we a little bit good, or are we all a little bit wicked? And how do we navigate that? So this picture right here, I am Chu, and Ariana Grande as Glinda, and Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. Now listen, if I'm the director, I'm geeking out every day. Like that is Elphaba in my face, like full green skin, the broom, just like and Ariana Grande. And let me tell you something. For Ariana Grande to go from Victorious to Sam and Cat on Nickelodeon to being in one of the biggest franchises of all time, well done, well fucking done to both of y'all, seriously. And John Chu and the whole crew, y'all. Listen, okay. Now this is a scene from the movie. Now it looks like Elphaba has been caught by the Emerald City Police. Okay, so this is an exclusive. You won't see this anywhere else except Entertainment Weekly. So you guys are getting it first because it dropped this morning at 9 a.m. Literally on my Facebook. It's 1 minute and said one comment was Entertainment Weekly. So what I did, actually, let me pull it up because listen, I can show you better than I can tell you. Hang on 1 second. Entertainment Weekly here. Hang on. Entertainment Weekly there. Because yeah, they literally shared it this morning, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be the first topic. The dating one was going to be the first topic, but right here we go. Now it's already got 45 comments, right here. So see this one reply right here. I am so here for this with Epic Universe at Universal Orlando. My Lord, the possibilities. Will you all be doing YouTube Live talking about the fall preview? So I would like to come on as a guest or host your YouTube Live and future YouTube Lives talking about entertainment news from Entertainment Weekly. Listen, you have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. Okay? So listen, the Entertainment Weekly respond, no. That was the first comment within the first hour. That's saying something. If you have a dream, be about it. Anything that is worth fighting for takes time. Amen. All right, let's get back to the preview here. Just wanted to show y'all that there. So this is literally breaking news, okay? For those who may dismiss the new tracks as mere bids for a Best Original Song nomination, Chu is adamant about their emotional necessity to the storytelling. Even after we recorded them, even after we put them in the movie, we kicked the tires on them to make sure that we had to put them in this movie. Oh, wow. The fact that they had to kick the tires to get in the movie. They had some Braylon Lee, Nicki News on narcissism energy from Little Rock, Arkansas. Listen here. Made $1 billion move. We get what the fuck we want. I like that shit, Josh M. Chu. I like that shit. Home is a prevalent theme in the Wizard of Oz, and it's all intended properties, be it The Wiz or Wicked. So why not amplify the concept through new songs, both of which are trying to find their way home, says Chu. Both of these songs are about how to do that, and it's questions that I've always wanted to hear from them in the stage show, but never got to. We get to take our time and explore those questions. Though Wicked fans do have the stage show as a template for what to expect, For Good remains more of an open-end question than the first film. The second act is notoriously rushed and nowhere near as well as regarded as the first act. That gave Chu and the creative team a lot of leeway to imagine the end of their story. Below, Chu teases some of what we can expect alongside a crop of exclusive new images. Because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Do, 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 do. By the way, for everybody so upset about the title, I don't know if you know this, but there's a Broadway play called Wicked that's been on Broadway for over 2 decades. And the song for good is in the musicals. That's why they named it that. I know. Not everybody is up to speed on stuff. I got you. Okay. My Lord Jesus. Oh man. Yes, indeed. So, with that being said, one of the biggest challenges of Act 2 of Wicked is how little time Glinda and Elphaba actually spend together. After Elphaba makes her choice with defying gravity, Linda largely becomes an agent of the wizard and rarely interacts with Elphaba, who remains on the one Chew wanted to make every effort to change that. Not only does the movie reunite sooner than the stage show, he says, but they will also have more scenes together. What we really focused on was no matter what, it was always about either one of them or their relationship, he explains. So what we discover is it's the girl stupid at every turn. So when one's going through something, there's something that they've learned from the other that affects them, or the fact that the other person is not there is a part of what can or what can't get them to their goals. Always about them. Very nicely done there. And you know what I love about this is there's nothing wrong with taking a classic, right? But it's how you utilize the classic, right? So I absolutely love that for sure. Now let's have a celebration the Glinda way. So this is at Shiz University, it looks like. Dear old Shiz has been left behind and for good, with both Glinda and Elphaba embarking on their adult lives. While Elphaba has no choice to go it alone, Glinda brings on a large support staff. Oh, never mind. So this is Glinda's support staff. Okay, then. All right. Now, by the way, can we give it up for the black sister right here, the black queen right here, who looks like she is the head. She's the head boss in charge. Okay, can we clap it up for that? Actually, hang on. I think we can clap it up. Give me a moment here. I think we can clap it up. I think we can. Let me turn it all the way up here. I think we can. Give me a moment, y'all. There it is. We are live, everybody. Yes, indeed, we are. Your old Shiz has been left behind for good, both Glinda and Elphaba embarking on their adult lives. While Elphaba has no choice but to go it alone, Glinda brings on a large support staff. She's no longer a student, says Chew. She has progressed into working for the wizard, and all of Oz are looking to her to represent goodness. Presenting that takes a lot of staff and a lot of infrastructure. She has to go around Oz and deliver goodness. Here she is with her full staff that's helping her spread goodness everywhere. The director explains, including Pephany, Bowen Yang, and Shin, Brown, James, who have become a part of her team. No good deed goes unpunished. Oh. Okay, first of all, can we give it up for the eye contact in this, okay? And also, can we give up for the textured hair? Like, just saying, okay? Like, just, my Lord. Like, if Wicked does not win an Oscar for Best Picture for good, I'm going to have problems, okay? All right, just want that to be known to the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, okay? Just the Academy that does the Oscars every year, I'll be pissed off at y'all, okay? Just saying, because it's looking good. Now, it looks like this something very pivotal that's happened in front of her, and it's something that, and you see her look, you know, Elphaba is usually very in control. So for her to be in this position is gotta be something that makes her off her rocker, right? At the conclusion of 2024's Wicked, Elphaba fully embraced the potential of her power, taken to the sky to defy gravity, but for good will now find her humbling the limits and costs of such magic. If you think she flew in the first movie, she flies, teases Chew. But now she surrendered who she is. Is it a blossoming? Absolutely. But she did not realize how lonely it would be to become who you are meant to be. Oh my God, child. Let me read that two more times. But she did not realize how lonely it would be to become who you are meant to be. She did not realize how lonely it would be to become who you are meant to be. Woo! John M. Chu, you listen, you can come to the cookout. You can come to the damn cookout. Okay? Anytime. Loneliness and doubts, he says, trouble her. Is your instinct right? Is what you believe actually the way it's supposed to be? He continues, she is struggling with that, but she comes into her full power. In No Good Deed, she's like, you want me to be wicked? I'll fucking be wicked. Oh, this is going to be such a good fucking film. I'm so excited. And you get to see her become, for some moments, the Wicked Witch of the West. That's the way they want her to be. Oh, Lord. The tiniest bit unlike I anticipated. So here she is, here, Glinda, with all of the flyers of just the Wicked Witch of the West. And it looks like it looks like this is a tree trunk. So maybe, and I'm only saying this because in Wicked, the movie, right? Elphaba was in a tree trunk. So maybe she's collecting those, and maybe Glinda and Elphaba are talking in this scene. And Glinda's like, oh my God, I had no idea all this was happening to you. So that could be the case. Right here, just as Elphaba chose to speak out against the wizard, Jeff Goldblum, and Madame Morble, Michelle Yeoh, Glinda chose complexity, a fact now that she must reckon with, particularly when confronted with the audacious rumors and lies the government spreads about her former bestie. I love this image of Glinda sitting in a throne, essentially a propaganda, flyers and falseness, says Chu. She knows these things are not the truth about her friend. What does that make you feel when you realize you're trapped and elevated by this light, causing the question where she stands? Oh, this is in her place, potentially. Oh my Lord. You know what? There's only one meme that I know. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay. We good. Y'all gonna know the meme soon as I pull it up. Where is it? Play. Nope. Here we go. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Glinda, this is what you're doing.
You disgust me. How can you live with yourself?
Just cool it, Zippy.
You sit on a throne of lies.
She's sitting on a throne of lies, but we'll see what the end is going to be with that. A wonderful road of yellow brick. Ooh, Jeff Goldblum, what do you have in store for us, you wicked wizard? Oh, I'm so excited. We didn't actually meet the Wizard of Oz until the climax of Wicked, but For Good brings the man behind the curtain out to center stage as he builds his yellow brick road and orchestrates a smear campaign against Elphaba. Which, by the way, if you did not know, oh, all good, my friend, all good. Brand, I have a meeting starting now. I'll be in the bushes, unable to respond. Have a great show. Love you, my friend. Thank you. I'm still going to give you and everybody else a good show because that's what we do over here. So love you as always, my friend. Yes, indeed. So for those of you who don't know, and this is just to kind of give you context, conjecture, and connection on where we are right from this space right here and right now. There was a man and a woman at the beginning of the movie, right? Little short munchkin. And this woman, right? So the wizard came through, okay? And basically, this woman had an affair with the wizard. Okay, you don't realize it, okay, till the end of the movie, where you finally understand that Elphaba, okay, is the wizard's daughter. So basically, he's creating a smear campaign against his daughter. Yeah, some baby mama, baby daddy drama. Yeah. Maury energy is in this movie, okay? So just to give you context, conjecture, and connection. Right here, however, Chu says the wizard is a typical villain, but rather a man who truly believes that what he's doing is in the service of a greater good. He thinks people need a good story, the director explains. He really believes that it's for the good of Oz, and his story keeps getting bigger and bigger because it what provokes people. The Yellow Brick Road is what he thinks as the Oz of tomorrow, Chu said. Chu continues. The Oz of tomorrow will lead you right to him. If it leads you to him, then you don't have anything. You don't have to ever fear anything else. He will protect you. He will give you your heart's desire. So basically, this Yellow Brick Road is a fantasy, but when you get to the wizard, the reality is he can't do shit. So it's a bait and switch. You understand? It's a bait and switch. The Yellow Brick, the Yellow Brick Road represents this idea of, hey, don't worry about anything else, just focus on doing your thing and walking the Yellow Brick Road. It's connecting everybody. He genuinely believes in it. However, that's not to say that the wizard isn't also blinded by the fame and power his position affords him. Once you get a taste of that power, how far will you go to ask? How far will you go to entertain? At what point have you gone too far? As long as you're mine. Now, this looks like Glinda and Figaro are getting married, right? So Figaro's in charge of the Emerald City police and, cavalry and everything in between. But we did hear that there's a love triangle between Glinda, Elphaba, and Figaro, right? At the end of the event, after the events of the first Figaro, played by Jonathan Bailey, also opposite with Glinda, despite Elphaba piquing his interest, stirring his heart and mind. However, his conflicted emotions over Elphaba's vilification will eventually lead the trio to a full-blown love triangle. It's more than just love, adds Chu. It's about how you see the world of wicked. Elphaba breaks his brain when she calls him out in the forest. He has not stopped thinking about it, so much so that it may be driving him a little bit nuts. Yet he feels so powerless for the first time in his life. He can't just dance right through it. A large part of his internal conflict comes from his job as a member of the Wizard Guard, here known as the Gale Force, as in Dorothy Gale, while seemingly being fully committed to Glinda. And I'm thinking Dorothy Gale is Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, right? The Gale's Force job is son down the Wicked Witch. Chu says we discover that he's on the Gale Force to get her first because someone else there, who knows what will happen. So there's a nobility in that, but also an ickness. Oh my God. Both Glinda and him deal with the reality of what they have to do versus what they truly feel is right. He continues. They have two different philosophies. They're on collision course here. Of course, bursting through the clouds since our Elphaba was already made her decisions, just waiting for somebody to catch up. Fans of the stage show will know that Figaro eventually does catch up, hooking up with Elphaba during the sexy ballot as long as you try. Jesus will live more on his romantic suggestions of the get to feel that the ascension as they give each other through the relationship. Well, everyone deserves a chance to fly after all. Wicked for Good flies into theaters on November 21st. Brilliant job, Entertainment Weekly. So all the links are in my description box below if you want this. preview right here, The Wicked for Good. Okay, so yeah, you won't see anywhere else except Entertainment Weekly. I mean, they might, redistribute it, but the original source is Entertainment Weekly. All right, let's keep going, y'all. So from BlackNews.com, child, 47 clashes with Black poor. That's why you're second rate. Yeah, I know. For him to say somebody is second rate when he's a convicted felon, been impeached twice, wants to impeach himself a third time because he doesn't want to give money over to Chicago. Can't serve on the board for 3 years. The money that you were supposed to pay, you got out of that shit, but there was a verdict for you to pay a bunch of money back. So, like, come on now. Like, really, this is what we're doing? And you also have a health condition? Okay, child. Oh, and also the substantiations of you raping E. Jean Carroll in a dressing room in New York was substantially true. And that was said by a U.S. federal court judge. But hey, she's a second-rate reporter. Okay. President 47 clashed with NBC News correspondent Yamchi Encore on Sunday after she asked if he planned to go to war with Chicago following the meme he posted about the Department of War. Yes, in case you did not know, the Department of Defense has switched from the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Yeah, that's what's going on. He literally switched it from the Department of Defense to the Department of War, okay? He denied the claim, calling her second rate during the exchange. The confrontation happened just before 47's trip to New York for the U.S. Open, as reported by the New York Post. Alcindor pressed him about the meme he shared on Truth Social, and that hinted at action going against Chicago. And by the way, they booed him so hard at the U.S. Open, the networks were like, please don't air it. I would have aired it. You a public figure. This comes with it, okay? Good damn. Because we all know 47 is the white male version of thirsty toxicity. Okay? Good Lord Jesus. Listen, a day early, when you say that, darling, it's fake news, 47 first replied, but when Alcor tried to interrupt, he snapped back, be quiet, listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. Ooh, Lord Jesus. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. A day earlier, 47 had shared a meme on Truth Social styled after the film Apocalypse Now, which read, I love the smell of deportations in the morning. This is what the fuck everybody else voted for on November 4th. Everybody just had one assignment, not to elect thirsty toxicity, the white male version of thirsty toxicity, to the White House. That's all we had to do, just that one job. Okay. Chicago's about to find out why it's called the Department of War. It was aimed at Democrats in Chicago, a city long criticized for its power violence and weekend death tolls. The Post followed his executive order on Friday, renaming the Department of Defense back to its pre-World War II title, the Department of War. He also hinted at sending the National Guard to Chicago, pointing to similar moves in Washington, D.C., where his administration took control of the Metropolitan Police Department last month. And you may or may not know that the president and what he did in California by deploying troops from the National Guard to do what he did was illegal. A judge ruled on that. It was illegal. Okay? All right. But yet, she is a second-rate reporter. Okay. 47 has Floyd expanding the strategy to Baltimore and New Orleans, two cities with higher murder rates than Chicago, though with fewer total illings. But legal questions remain about whether he can deploy troops without approval from state governors, particularly in Democratic-led Illinois and Maryland. When pressed on why he singled out Chicago, 47 cited recent crime figures. Excuse me, do you know how many people were ill in Chicago last weekend? 8. Do you know how many people were ill the week before? 7. Do you know how many were wounded? 74 people were wounded. Do you think there was that? I don't think so. Sir, where did you get all this intelligence from? Where did you get it? Because certainly those numbers were not off the top of your head. It's still unclear when or how 47 will move forward with his plans. His administration has highlighted the decline in crime in Washington, D.C. as proof that federal intervention can serve as a model for other cities. No, that's called a dictatorship. Now, I just want to bring this up. Oh, wait a minute. From the Hinston Times here is this. Listen, I just report. Okay, this came out August 31st. 47's alarming health condition can lead to amputation. Doctor issues urgent warning. President 47 was spotted on the South Lawn of the White House hours after the rumors about him going missing went viral. President 47 was spotted with his grandchildren Kai 47, 18, and Spencer 47, 12, on the South Lawn of the White House after rumors about him going missing from the public eye went viral. The White House is yet to react to these bizarre rumors that were shared in unverified social media posts. Late on Friday, 47 is dead, whereas 47 were among the top trends on Twitter. And this was real. People really thought he was dead. I'm just reporting. This comes as the president's appearance has sparked health concerns. On Monday, 47's hand bruise was seen unconcealed. The 79-year-old was using makeup to hide the bruise for weeks. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the reason for the bruising was 47 was shaking hands all day, every day. Leavitt also revealed that the president had diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency, CVI. The White House physician followed up with a memo on 47's condition. Sean Barbella said that he is in excellent condition. Excellent condition, but he's been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. Okay. Barbella said that President 47 noted mild swelling in his lower legs. However, tests found no evidence of deep vein thrombosis. There was no signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness. CVI could lead to amputation. Minnie Wong, associate professor of vascular surgery at UC Davis Health, answered the CVI linked questions in the Health Center's blog. CVI is a common condition that affects about 1 in 3 people in the United States with cases ranging from mild to severe. She said when asked about the signs or symptoms of CVI, she'd know that most commonly we see swelling in the legs. Dr. Kwan was also warned about amputation. As the swelling gets worse, it can cause skin damages like thickening or inflammation and dryness of the skin. With worse disease conditions, you can develop unhealing wounds in the legs. If they get worse, it can lead to amputations. So while you are saying somebody is a second-rate reporter, you have a condition where you could get your leg amputated. Listen, I will be worried about my health rather than trying to attack somebody for doing their job. Okay. And by the way, if you want to know what CVI is, it is when the veins of the body do not work well. Typically, this happens in the legs or the arm. Veins are what bring blood flow up from the feet or the hands toward the heart. When they don't work well, the blood gets stuck. This causes pain, swelling, throbbing, aching, and most extreme cases or limb loss. I mean, what you want me to do? I mean, sincerely, what do you want me to do? I don't get it. I don't get it. I sincerely don't get it. What do you want me to do? What do you truly want me to do? And by the way, y'all, do not worry. Okay, do not worry. We are going to talk about. We're going to talk about Tyler Perry tonight at 6 o'clock. I was going to do it this morning, but these topics, these destinations, they need to be out on the double, okay? I just wanted y'all to know that, okay? So we are going to talk about that tonight. With that being said, here is Yamji Alcindor right here. Yamji Leon Alcindor, born November 1st, 1986, is an American journalist who is a Washington correspondent for NBC News and MSNBC. In the past, she has worked as the host of Washington Week on PBS and as a reporter on PBS NewsHour, USA Today, and the New York Times. Alcindor writes mainly about politics and social issues. She was born in Miami, Florida. Alcindor was born in Miami, Florida to Haitian-born parents. When she was in high school, she was an intern at the West Gazette, a local African-American newspaper, and the Miami Herald in 2005. She earned a bachelor's degree in English and government with a minor in African-American studies at Georgetown University in 2009. While studying, she became a member of the predominantly American sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha, aka I tell you, Ski wee is on a decibel that is beyond the decibel scale, okay? And I have heard it before because one of the privileges that I got to have when I was in choir at Parkview Arts in high school was I got to sing at the AKA convention luncheon at the State House Convention Center. That was a great honor to do that for sure for them. She interned at the Seattle Times in 2006, the Miami Herald again 2007, but Swan newspaper, Maggie, 2008, the Washington Post in 2009. She aspired to become a civil rights journalist and was inspired by African-American journalist Gwen Ifill, rest in peace to her, and contemporary newspaper reporting surrounding Emmett Till. In 2015, Allendore received a master's degree in broadcast news and documentary filmmaking at New York University. She is more qualified to do her job than the non-qualified ass that you are to be president. And here's her career, because I have time today. Allison Dore's first full-time job was a report at Newsday, a newspaper based in Melville, New York. She was employed there for 2 years, covering, among other things, the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Allendore became a multimedia reporter for USA Today in December 2011 to cover national breaking news. The newspaper Allendore report on, among other things, the Sandy Hook Elementary powing, the unaliving of Trayvon Martin, the Ferguson arrest, and the Baltimore protests. In 2013, Allendore began to contribute to NBC and MSNBC as a guest. Programs she appeared on included Morning Joe, Rachel Maddow's show, Politics Nation with Al Sharpton, Hardball with Chris Matthews, and Meet the Press. She left USA Today to work for the New York Times as a national political reporter in November 2015. At the New York Times, Allendore covered the presidential campaigns of 47 and Bernie Sanders. She also produced a documentary called The Trouble with Innocence 2015 about a man who was wrongly convicted of murder. Allendore also appeared in the 2018 television series The Fourth Estate about the Staff Times, covering the first 100 days of the 47th presidency. In January 2018, Allendore was named White House correspondent of the PBS NewsHour, replacing John Yang, who was named the News Hour's national correspondent. In this position, Allendore covered the first 47th presidency. During the 2020 presidential election season, she was one of the moderators for the 6th Democratic debate. Eric Wemple of the Washington Post reported President 47 has repeatedly insulted Allendore at White House press conferences. Allendore also received the 2020 Aldo Beckman Award for overall excellence in White House coverage from the White House Correspondents Association. Let me read that 2 more times. Allendore also received the 2020 Aldo Beckman Award for overall excellence in White House coverage from the White House Correspondents Association. Allendore received the 2020 Aldo Beckman Award for overall excellence in White House coverage from the White House Correspondents Association. In May of 2021, Allendore became the new moderator of Washington Week. In January 2022, Allendore left PBS NewsHour, and in March 2022 began work as a Washington correspondent for NBC News. On February 24, 2023, Allendore made her last appearance moderating Washington Week. She announced that she intends to spend more time fulfilling her duties at NBC and write her memoir. Allendore was named Emerging Journalist of the Year by the National Association of Black Journalists in 2013. In 2016, she was nominated for a Shorty Award in the journalist category. The next year, Allendore won an award in tribute to journalist Gwen Ifill, who died in November 2016 at Syracuse University Toner Prize ceremony. Allendore was named number 13 on the 2017 edition of the Route 100 annual list by the magazine The Root of the most influential African Americans between the ages of 25 and 45. She was number 5 on the 2020 edition of the Route 100. But she's second rate, though? Are you serious? But once again, when asked about the signs or symptoms of CVI, she noted that most commonly we see swelling in the legs. Dr. Kwong also warned about amputation. Your condition could get your leg amputated, but you're calling a report second rate. Okay. Now, I want y'all to see this. He actually said this about black children. Trigger warning for everybody. Here we go.
They're hardcore. They're not going to be good. In 10 years, in 20 years, in 2 years, they're going to be criminals. They were born to be criminals. Frankly, they were born to be criminals.
And I want to speak directly to our children as well. And please hear me loud and clear. Do not listen to what Donald Trump called you yesterday. When the president from the Oval Office calls you natural born killers, children who are born to be violent. I say this. I respect the office, but I will never honor ignorance. To our children, you are loved and you're needed. To our children, we believe in you and we invest in you. To our children, we love you and we are going to honor every God-honored potential that you have. To our children, there's nothing we won't do to keep you safe. To our children, we love you and we are going to make sure that you are never bullied. And I don't care what position they hold. Because I want to be clear, if I listened, when I was coming up, if I listened to the tropes and to the trolls, if I listened to the haters and the heartless, if I listened to the Archie Bunker mindset and the dog whistling, if I spent my time focusing on those people who did not love me instead of focusing on those people who do, I would never be the 63rd governor of the state of Maryland and the only black governor in the United States of America. Here in Maryland, we believe in you. We're going to support you. We're going to make sure you're safe. And we're going to make sure that every God-honored opportunity is within your grasp.
That is next president of the United States, and Jasmine Crockett should be the vice president. When they run, everybody better fucking vote. Because this dumb fucking piece of shit bastard, who's the white male version of thirsty toxicity, is going to be out of the White House in 4 years. That's it. That is kaput in the story. If you want better, vote better. But otherwise, shut the fuck up. Disgusting. And on top of all of this, 47 thinks black people have lower IQs than white people. From blacknews.com on August 3rd, 2025, President 47 referred to Charmaine the Guy, a popular black talk show host or radio personality, as a low-Q individual because of the comments the host had about 47, because of the comments the host had made about 47 on Fox News. Journalist Brittany Wong know that when a public figure who is a person of color, he's attacking 47 tends to denigrate them on the basis of their intelligence level. There are numerous examples of this. On August 4th, 2018, 47. Hang on, there we go. Nope, don't want that. There we go. On August 4th, 2018, 47 wrote that LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. 47 has also referred to Congressman Maxine Watts and Jasmine Crockett as low IQ. However, he appears to have reserved his most scathing attacks for former Vice President Kamala Harris, his opponent in the 2024 presidential campaign. He referred to her as dumb, mentally unfit, slow, stupid, and extremely low IQ person. There is a lawsuit going on right now that is recounting the votes of the election and the Senate election in a New York county. And there has been an article flowing around that Kamala Harris really won the election, which we all knew, okay? Carrie Gillow, a linguist, and co-host of the podcast Vocal Fries, has stated that it's absolutely evident that 47 thinks black people have lower IQs than white people and believes IQ is an important and real way to measure intelligence, and that there's only one kind of intelligence. The idea that black people are genetically inferior to whites, specifically as to intelligence, has persisted in the United States since the days of slavery. We were once labeled 3/5 of a man, cursed descendants of Noah's son Ham, and subhumans with no history prior to slavery and colonialism. By and large, we as African Americans have long chosen to ignore white claims about our inferiority and striving as a group to prove ourselves equal to all other people on this planet. While such a response is noble and laudable, it has not resulted in a succession of white supremacist propaganda emanating from either the white masses or the White House. Now, I just want to say this, because my mama told me this, bro. You cannot take your anger out on everybody, paint everybody for broad brush, because there were white people who fought for us back in the day, and they lost their lives, whether physically or socially. So don't do that. So I just want to add that context, conjecture, and connection to this destination that we're at right now. At this juncture in history, we must address these insults head on whenever and wherever they appear, lest we lose another generation of black youths to the forces of racism that have instilled in too many of them a sense of hopelessness and inferiority Before all of the books are banned, the museums are shut down by 47. Let us glance at the historical record. Astrophysicist Thomas Brophy and Egyptologist Robert Bravo have written that scientists in the field of genetics have been pointing out that it may actually be correct to say that the world was created by black people. Let me read that 2 more times. Astrophysicist Thomas Brophy and Egyptologist Robert Bravo have written that scientists in the field of genetics have been pointing out that it may actually be correct to say that the world was created by black people. One more time from astrophysicist Thomas Brophy and Egyptologist Robert Bravo have written that scientists in the field of genetics point out that it may be actually correct to say that the world was created by black people. And black people built the White House. Does the president know that? Since he don't like black people, he shouldn't be in the White House. Mm-hmm. The words of white author Flora Lungard shed light on the grandeur of blacks in antiquity or iniquity. The annals of all great early nations of Asia Minor are full of them. The Mosaic records allude to them frequently, but while they are described as the most powerful, the most just, and the most beautiful of the human race, they are constantly spoken of as black, and there seems to be no other conclusion to be drawn that at that remote period of history, the leading race of the rest of the world was a black race. I'm going to read that 2 more times. In the words of white author Flora Lungard shed light on the grandeur of blacks in antiquity. The annals of all the great early nations of Asia Minor are full of them. The Mosaic records allude to them frequently, but while they are described as the most powerful, the most just, and the most beautiful of the human race, they are constantly spoken of as black, and there seems to be no other conclusion to be drawn than that at that remote period of history, the leading race of the Western world was a black race. One more time. The words of white author Flora Lungard shed light on the grandeur of blacks in antiquity or iniquity. The annals of all of the great nations of Asia Minor are full of them. The Mosaic records allude to them frequently, but while they are described as the most powerful, the most just, and the most beautiful of the human race, they are constantly spoken of as black, and there seems to be no other conclusion to be drawn than that at that remote period of history, the leading race of the rest of the world was a black race. Okay? Another white scholar, Richard Poe, reveals among ancient people there was a presumption that dark skin connoted higher intelligence. Another white scholar, Richard Poe, reveals among ancient people there was a presumption that dark skin connoted higher intelligence. Another white W-H-I-T-E scholar, Richard Poe, reveals that among ancient people there was the presumption that darker skin connoted higher intelligence. In other words, in the ancient world, the blacker you are, the more intelligent you were assumed to be. In other words, in the ancient world, the blacker you were, the more intelligent you were assumed to be. In other words, in the ancient world, the blacker you are, the more intelligent you were assumed to be. So why did the ancients view black people with such respect and reverence? The answer is clear. DNA evidence traces all human beings back to one black woman in Africa. Her offspring migrated from inner Africa down the Nile Valley and found the ancient Egyptian civilization. From Africa, these black people spread around the world and laid the foundation of the civilization in Greece, Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley of India, southern China, Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, Australia, and the New World. 8 different places around the world. These black people spread around the world and laid the foundation for those 8 places. Let me read those one more time. Greece, Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley of India, South China, Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, Australia, and the New World. Greece, Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley of India, southern China, Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, Australia, and the New World. In spite of widespread racism and discrimination, black people have also made vast contributions to the modern world in general and America in particular. Not only was California named after the legendary black queen Ophelia. So California is named after a black queen. California was named after a black queen. The more you know, huh? Mm-hmm. But also, Chicago was founded by the Black pioneer John Baptiste Point de Sable. Brilliant Black scientists and inventors such as Dr. Henry T. Sampson, the gamma electric cell, Grant T. Woods, the induction telegraph, Dr. Valerie L. Thomas, the illusions transmitter, Lonnie Johnson, thermoelectric energy conversion system, and by the way, Lonnie Johnson also invented the super soaker. Okay, Dr. Patricia Bath, the laser FICO probe, have also made measurable contributions to this nation. For President 47, whose cabinet has been labeled as the most mediocre in American history, to constantly demean Black people as low IQ is ironic, racist, and absurd. According to white scientists, Black people are genetically dominant parents of the human family who laid down the foundation of global civilization. Let this sink in before all the history books are banned or burned. Lerand H. Clegg II is the Attorney General, is the city Attorney Emeritus of California and published historian. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. Thank you, Black News, for posting it. That's what we do around here. Thank you so much. That was fabulous. And by the way, in case you did not know, let's watch the CBS News video here. Former CBO director says 47's economy is dead in the water. The Bureau of Labor Statistics on Tuesday said the United States added 911,000 fewer jobs than previous report in the 12-month period ending in March of 2025. Douglas Holt, former director of the Congressional Budget Office, joins the Takeout to discuss the state of the U.S. economy. Let's get to that, shall we?
I further discussed the job revisions that we just talked about with Kelly with Douglas Holt Eakin. He currently serves as the president of the Conservative Advocacy, I will say that, advocacy group, American Action Forum.
Good, Major.
Prior to this, he was the director of domestic policy and economic policy for John McCain's presidential campaign. He was also director of the Congressional Budget Office and chief economist for President George W. Bush's Council of Economic Advisors. Here's our conversation. Jobs revisions, it's an annual process. Yep. Number seems kind of big, though, 911,000. 0.6% of the entire U.S. labor market. The historical standard is 0.2%. Mm-hmm. How much of a deal is this, and what does it tell us that we didn't already know?
So it is a big deal because, 0.6 miss is a big miss for the BLS and should be something you pay attention to. So what's going on? Well, the U.S. economy is getting bigger. There are more workers, there are more firms every year. And the BLS has a flat budget and a flat staff, shrinking staff right now, and the same sample every month. So we're getting a smaller snapshot of the actual economy. On top of that, now we're getting this very low quote response rate. The firms don't answer the survey or they can do it late. So smaller snapshot. So we're getting a less complete picture in the monthly data. And then when they go to do the revision, they've got a really big picture and they compare them and we're off by more. That's what's going on.
Does that mean the Biden economy in its last year was worse than it looked?
Certainly that, half the jobs being created that they thought.
Weren't there, yeah.
They just weren't there. And then one of the things that's interesting about it is that the unemployment rate is what it is. We had low unemployment, so we were miscounting the jobs, but we're also miscounting.
Copilot, how do I simplify my research? What about a metaphor? Yeah. Enzymes are like an elite squad of microscopic stunt performers.
The job openings, things were filled up more than people thought.
Mm-hmm. What is your definition or description, rather, of what the Trump economy is today?
Dead in the water.
By that you mean?
If you look out there in the labor market, no one's getting hired. We don't have mass layoffs. No one's getting fired. Yep. It's just stalled.
Things are frozen.
Stalled.
Yep.
Absolutely. There's some bad parts. Like, manufacturing is in open decline. We're down almost 40,000 jobs this year. The private sector in the past 4 months outside of healthcare has not really shown any job growth. So that's a very flat labor market.
And it's been described in many articles that I've read, Doug, that this is a very discouraging job market for recent college graduates.
Absolutely true. No one's getting fired, but no one's getting hired, and they're coming out.
Even with good degrees.
Yeah, no, they're the newest kid out on the block. They've got the least experience.
They're always moving the goalposts. You want Disney World, but you can't appreciate that we got Cedar Point.
Intelligence play a role in that.
Not yet. It will. I think there's no question we can see it coming. But I'd say right now, AI, and in particular, the massive investments in it, people are spending money on servers and software and all of that. That's been the one bright spot in the economy.
Is that artificially propping up some of the stock valuation, stock prices, and overall economic activity?
Former Congressional Budget Office Director, 47's economy is dead in the water. I just want all his supporters to see this right here. That's what the former CBO director said about y'all president. 47's economy is dead in the water. 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 That's what he said. Let's keep going.
It is propping up the stock prices, no question about it. I mean, the unique thing about, say, the S&P, you hear so much about it, it's basically all tech companies, and they've been the least affected by the president's tariffs. So if you look at GM's in a world of hurt. GM's a tiny part of the stock market these days. Right. So he has hit the places that don't.
We've got 3 hours to land a new tagline. What do you got? Any ideas?
Yesterday, you were on mute.
Anybody?
Today,
Yes.
everybody is listening.
Show up in the stock market. That's a little misleading. The economy as a whole has been hit pretty hard. You just don't see it in the market.
What is the proper way to describe the United States government taking an ownership stake of either U.S. Steel or Intel? Is that industrial policy? Is that some variation, some Trumpist kind of populist economics? What is that?
Unwise.
Wow, not unwise.
Because this is a polite company. This is something the United States has avoided, and not because there was, a secret meeting in The Economist that said these are the rules. It's because it works. When you get the government involved, you put your thumb on the scale in the competition. So Intel has access to taxpayer dollars that other people don't have. Allows them to do things other competitors don't do. Also comes with some baggage. There's no way we're going to let Intel go under now, right? So even if they perform poorly, we pour more money in. We have
same thing for U.S. Steel.
It's the same, yeah. I mean, the United States has complained for years about Chinese government involvement in their firms. Unfair, can't have them in international competition, not rights. So what happens now when Intel tries to sign a contract in some other country? It's now a state-owned enterprise. They'd be like, no, you don't get this stuff.
Administration says we have to do it for national security.
They didn't really say why they did it with Intel.
They said there were national security considerations.
Yeah, but they waved that flag around a lot. That to me is a little frustrating, and I'll give you the very specific example why. We passed a law that said you must get rid of TikTok. We must not have it anymore because it is a national security threat.
Right. That's a law.
That went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decided the national security considerations were great enough that we could override the free speech, which was real. They said this is a real infringement on free speech, but it's worth it. TikTok is now was it
still
not
here?
Was it not a threat?
Right.
So I don't know what to make of their view of national security.
It feels arbitrary.
It's convenient.
Right here. Former CBO director calls President's 47 deals with U.S. Steel and Intel unwise. Former CBO director calls President 47's deals with U.S. Steel and Intel unwise. Former CBO director calls President 47's deals with U.S. Steel and Intel unwise. Yeah, that's y'all, President.
When the Treasury Secretary said last week, Scott Bessent, that there will be higher GDP growth and nearly $1 trillion in tariff revenue, you said to yourself, what?
Gibberish. Makes no sense. I mean, these are positions the president has taken. We're going to have better growth. It's going to be the golden age. We're going to raise all this revenue, but they're not connected to reality. This is a $400 billion increase in taxes in the United States this year.
$400 billion increase in taxes this year. It's September 10th of 2025. Yeah.
That's not going to lead to 3% faster GDP growth. There is no mechanical way for that to happen. So you want the revenue, you pay the price in economic growth. You want economic growth, have policies that support it.
Yep.
You can't have it both ways.
Douglas Holtz, and I appreciate the time very much.
Thanks.
So that happened. This is public. Okay, so there you go. Now, with that being said, we do have more Brains Virtual Tour live right from the space right here, right now. Y'all, this should give everybody in Potomac and the Bravo verse some good news. We don't know she's going to be at BravoCon, but right here from the Jasmine brand, Andy Cohen hints at Karen Huger's return to the Real Housewives of Potomac and says he plans to speak with her intimately. Let's see that. Oh, it's not there. Okay. I thought it was going to be a video TMZ speaking to him. Right here, Andy Cohen is hinting at the return of the Grand Dame. The Bravo boss recently spoke with TMZ, where he shared he had spoken with Karen via text but plans to speak with her intimately. He stated that he hoped that she would make her Real Housewives of Potomac return. I think, honestly, a companion show with Karen show comes on at 8, 7 Central, then 9, 8 Central is Karen Huger rewatching the episode. Just keeping it a buck. And could she be at BravoCon? I believe she could. So there is that there. Now, this story is going to make you smile. It really, really is. Check this out. From also blacknews.com. Blacknews.com, you are excellent at what you do. Right here, 9th annual weekend retreat to feature an all-ball fashion show to celebrate Alopecia Awareness Month. Yes, indeed. According to nationaldaycalendar.com, every September, Alopecia Awareness Month focuses on the autoimmune disease that causes hair loss. And look at all those beautiful queens right there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Raising funds for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. Angie B Productions returns to the Shore Stay Plus Best Western Banquet Room located at 2710 Osborne Road, St. Mary's, Georgia, on September 20th, 2025, with the bold, beautiful, and bald beauty bazaar weekend retreat. Of course, we'll bring that up here in just a minute. Weekend events start on Friday, September 19, 2025. Begin with the annual all-white outdoor photo shoot at various historic and scenic locations and concluding with networking over catered lunch. The drinks for the weekend retreat are sponsored by Pepsi. Shout out to Pepsi. Saturday activities taking place on September 20th, 2025 include a fashion showcase featuring individuals with alopecia and the annual Beauty Bazaar. Attendees will also enjoy afternoon featuring an award-winning film presented by Sister Batten Productions. Admission for the Saturday Fashion Showcase taking place from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. is only $10 per person. $10 per person, everybody. And includes a free raffle ticket with each paid admission. Guests will have the opportunity to bid on silent auction items and shop with vendors. Volunteers include Lakeland Bearded Villains, Florida, and the Bearded Villains of Georgia. Fashion show models and volunteer staff will arrive from Detroit, various cities in Georgia, Florida, Texas, North Carolina, Alabama, and Maryland. Sunday registration. I was thinking registration for something else here. Oh, there is weekend retreat registration. Just jumped ahead just a little bit. A Sunday morning fellowship prayer session will take place prior to hotel checkout. Weekend retreat registration, which includes all activities, is only $50 per person. $50 per person. Family rates available. Hotel group rates are available by calling the Home 2 Suites by Hilton Hotel directly at 912-771-5107. That's 912-771-5107. That's 912-771-5107. Be sure to follow the event on Facebook. For more information on the Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar Weekend Retreat, to register as a family September 19th through the 21st, or register as a vendor for September 20th, send an email to boldandbeautiful@gmail.com or call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. First of all, congratulations on this. It's always a good thing to celebrate the good of what can be. I remember Robin Roberts always says that her mother told her, make your mess your message. And to see these women not allowing life to define them, but they're defining their life, is such a beautiful thing. Yes, indeed it is. It truly, truly is. Give me a moment, y'all. And that is good there. Okay, so here is the event here. Just want to show you all this here. Okay, just want to show you all this right here. So this is it right here. So if you type in Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar right into the Facebook, you'll be able to see it there. And here it is here. 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. Bold, Beautiful, and Bald at gmail.com. So please, as you can see, they post many different news here about many great things. So please, you know what? Can I follow? Yes, I can. I'm going to follow them right now. So they are followed. And congratulations to this beautiful event here. Like I said, September 9th to the 21st in historic Camden County, Georgia. It's the 9th annual. And let the 10th annual be a whole celebration and everything in between. In Jesus' name, yes. Amen. Somebody who we cannot pray for is Tyrese. Okay, we gotta go from greatness to tragicness, y'all. We just have to do it. I'm sorry. I wish it was better, but it is what it is. Y'all look at this. Look at this right here. Tyrese claims he would have did Pony better than Genuine. You are not that same OG. You are not that same OG. Genuine's Pony was one of the biggest hits of the 90s, but according to Tyrese, he would have outdone the 1996. That's how he give him the track. This comes to us from MediaTakeout.com right here. Yes, indeed. This is what happens when Chocolate does Pony. This is the way Genuine should have did it. Tyrese was saying while dancing to the track in a Death Row Records jacket. Did Snoop Dogg allow you to have that jacket or to wear it or to be associated with Death Row Records? If I was around, Timberlake had pressed play on me. Well, he didn't press play. He pressed pause on you. Play on me with that song Pony. I would definitely did way better on the song and the deal than Genuine dancing is my shit. I stopped dancing. I was like, I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to let them have that. He continued. Where do you get these delusions of grandeur from? Sincere, where do you get these from? Because I sincerely do not know where you're thinking, right? I don't get it. I sincerely do not get it. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Dude, Genuine is genuine, bruh. Come on now. Are we really doing this? Oh my God. Are we really doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Jesus Christ. Oh my God, child. I can't. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see this. Let's see this on Instagram. I just can't. Hang on. So this is Tyrese right here. Here we go.
Don't fuck up the steps.
I'm not gonna fuck up the steps, Case.
You know, light skinned niggas be like, G be like, nigga, you fucked up the steps.
He gonna feel away.
He
gonna feel away.
Wait,
hold on. Start it over. I gotta get it right. I gotta cue this up. Cue this up, man. Genuine, I'm coming for your spot, nigga.
Jeezy. Spot. You ready? Stand.
Genuine's probably just laughing his ass off. You coming from my spot? Bruh. If you gotta come from my spot, that means you never had a spot for your damn self. The fuck wrong with you?
Me? All right, so if I was Genuine, first of all, we performing, y'all. TGT, Tyrese, Genuine, Tank, Case. We just added Case to the bill. Life Jennings. We got Davion Ferris on the bill. And I'm about to give y'all what happened when Chocolate does Pony. Okay?
You ready? Pause. Yeah.
Tyrese, you're looking like the black male version of Thirsty Toxicity, bro. You're looking like that person, Thirsty Toxicity. Don't do this. Please don't. But continue.
I'm ready. All right, here we go.
I mean, I'll give him this. What is all this though? Okay, listen. I'll look. It's coordinated. I'll give him that. But like, bro.
Hey, nigga. Let's go, nigga. I'm just a bachelor.
Hey! Oh my God, Josh! Oh my God! Riding, jump on myself. Like he is really this confident. You didn't even catch the hat. Catch the hat.
Hey, man, don't be laughing at me. I guess that's it.
Oh my. Yvette Jody out here wilding again. I love Tyrese. He funny. I love to watch you dance. James Brown in the chat. Love you, Faye. Love you, Faye. Still killing them. The first time I seen Tyrese dance was in Usher's My Way video back in the day. Y'all don't know. He's always been dope. Now listen. I will give him his credit, okay? But you know, Genuine does it better though. Okay. And he is that same old, same old, same old G.A. The video was lighthearted. Even Tyrese claimed that he was coming for Genuine's spot. Before he showed off his smooth moves, Tyrese made sure to mention R&B supergroup TGT, Tank, Genuine, Tyrese upcoming show this weekend. We're going to be sold out, one thing for sure. We're going to have a motherfucking good time. He said TGT will reunite on stage this Friday, September 13th at the ViStar Amphitheater in Stockbridge, Georgia. Now, Tyrese, are you going to be running out the amphitheater trying to get away from papers being served to you or not? Because that's the last time we saw you. With R&B group, with R&B favorite though, Life Jennings also joined the build. The group also has another show set for November 22nd in California. So congratulations to TGT, Tank, Genuine, Tyrese, and all those people on the bill. And Life Jennings is a fucking legend. Okay, child, let's roll on. That was hilarious. Okay, y'all. Okay. We got more. Brains World Store locking up right from the space right here, right now. Rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years, on to the next 25 here. Best cities for Black singles to find love and community, okay? African-American singles across the United States are increasingly prioritizing geographic location in pursuit of meaningful relationships and community connections. Recent data or data analysis examining dating satisfaction, cultural renaissance, and social opportunities has identified metropolitan areas where Black professionals and young adults find the most success in building both romantic partnerships and support social networks. The research methodology incorporated multiple factors that contribute to relationship success and community engagement, including availability of potential partners, cultural institutions and events, economic opportunities, and overall social satisfaction among residents. These comprehensive metrics provide insight into how urban environments can either facilitate or hinder relationship formation and community building for African American singles. Geographic mobility among young professionals have created opportunities for Black singles to strategically relocate to cities that offer optimal conditions for personal and romantic fulfillment. This trend reflects broader demographic shifts as college-educated African Americans increasingly choose destinations based on lifestyle factors rather than solely economic considerations. The analysis reveals significant variations in dating experiences and community satisfaction across different metropolitan areas, suggesting that location plays a crucial role in relationship outcomes and social well-being for Black singles. Understand these geographic patterns can help individuals make informed decisions about where to establish themselves professionally and personally. Southern metropolitan areas dominate rankings. Texas cities demonstrate particularly strong appeal for Black singles. By the way, Texas is Black. We talked about that on Virtual Tour Live from Black Enterprise, how the growth is like 8.6% in Houston, Texas alone. Yeah. Texas cities demonstrate particularly strong appeal for Black singles seeking vibrant social scenes and professional opportunities. Houston's combination of diverse industries, active nightlife, and established African-American business community creates an environment yet conducive to both career advancement and relationship building. By the way, shout out to Hard Hustle Houston, which you can catch Saturday nights at 9/8 Central on only here, hashtag on Keeping It Real. Tune in at 9:05. Ain't none on at 8/7 Central. Now a fucking damn thing is on. The screen is black at 8/7 Central. None on. Houston is where it's at. And may I just say that show is better than Family Hustle Houston, which nobody really did reviews on. Just want to say that about Carlos King's show. Moving on. The city's annual cultural celebrations and food festivals provide regular opportunities for social interaction and community engagement. Houston's relatively affordable cost of living compared to coastal cities allows residents to participate more fully in social activities and maintain active daily lives without excessive financial strain. Charlotte's emergence as a technology financial hub has attracted young Black professionals seeking career advancement alongside social opportunities. The city's growing reputation for innovation and entrepreneurship creates networking environments where professional and personal relationships often intersect. Regional economic growth in the South has created job markets that attract educated professionals, contributing to a demographic environment favorable for relationship formation. These expanding professional communities provide natural settings for many compatible partners with similar educational backgrounds and career aspirations. Northeastern urban centers maintain strong appeal. New York City's unparalleled diverse and cultural offerings continue to attract Black singles despite high living costs and competitive social environments. The city's concentration of cultural institutions like the Apollo Theater, which, by the way, the original Sandman was born out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Just want you guys to know that. And also the original voice of Soul Train, before Soul Train, was born out of Arkansas too. Little Rock 9, Dave & Buster's, Walmart, Leah Rashawn, Cheryl Underwood, John H. Johnson, the founder of Ebony and Jet magazine, ISO Plus. A lot of Black history in Arkansas. Moving on. The city's concentration of cultural institution, entertainment venues, and professional opportunities creates multiple pathways for being potential partners and building social connections. Brooklyn's creative communities and Harlem's historical significance provide specific neighborhoods where African-American culture thrives and social connections form naturally. The city's extensive public transportation system facilitates social mobility and access to diverse neighborhoods and events. Washington's reputation as a center of Black political and intellectual life attracts professionals seeking environments where the cultural identity aligns with their career ambitions. The city's concentration of historical Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, along with government and nonprofit organizations, creates a unique ecosystem for educated Black professionals. Philadelphia's combination of historical significance and contemporary cultural vibrancy offers more affordable alternatives to New York while maintaining rich African-American cultural traditions. The city's festival scene and arts community provide regular opportunities for social engagement and relationship building. Midwest cities show very appeal levels. Chicago's cultural institutions of neighborhood diversity creates pockets of strong African-American community while offering big city amenities and opportunities. The city's music scene cultural festivals provide regular social events that facilitate community connection and romantic encounters. Detroit's cultural renaissance, which, by the way, Afrofuture Detroit just happened and they shut the city down. Okay. Driven particularly by entrepreneurial energy and artistic innovation, has created new social spaces and business opportunities. The city's affordable housing market allows residents to invest more resources in social activities and relationship building. However, some Midwest locations demonstrate lower satisfaction levels among Black singles, often correlating with smaller African-American populations and fewer culturally specific social opportunities. Cities with limited diversity may offer fewer chances for meaningful cultural connection and compatible partner identification. The variation in Midwest city appeal highlights the importance of population demographics in creating environments conducive to relationship formation within specific communities. Critical masses of cultural representation appears crucial for sustained vibrant social cities. Western cities face unique challenges. Despite overall population growth and economic opportunities, several Western metropolitan areas demonstrate lower satisfaction levels among Black singles. Limited African-American population percentages can create challenges in finding culturally compatible partners and building community connections. Cities with smaller Black populations may offer excellent career opportunities and quality of life indicators, but lack the social infrastructure that supports relationship formation within African-American communities. This demographic reality affects both dating options and broad social support systems. The geographic distribution of African-American populations across the United States continues to influence migration patterns and location decisions for young professionals. Historical settlement patterns and ongoing demographic trends create concentrations of opportunity in certain regions while limiting options in others. Western cities may compensate for small populations through active cultural programming and community organizations, but the fundamental challenge of limited demographic representation remains significant for individuals prioritizing cultural connection in their relationship choices. Economic factors influence relationship opportunities. Cost of living variations across metropolitan areas significantly impact singles' ability to participate in social activities and maintain active daily lives. Cities with high housing costs may limit disposable income available for entertainment, dining, social events that facilitate relationship building. Conversely, metropolitan cities with more affordable living costs allow residents to invest in greater resources in social activities, travel, and lifestyle choices that expand their social circles and dating opportunities. This economic freedom can translate directly into improved relationship prospects. Professional opportunities within specific industries also influence the demographic composition of cities, affecting the pool of potential partners with compatible educational and career backgrounds. Cities with diverse economic bases typically offer broader ranges of professional and personal compatibility. The intersection of economic opportunity and social opportunity creates optimal conditions in metropolitan areas that balance career advancement potential with reasonable living costs and active social scenes. Cultural institutions and events drive community building. Yep, we're almost done, y'all. We're almost done because this is a long one for sure, but it's important. It's important. Cultural institution and events drive community building. Cities with established African American cultural institutions demonstrate higher satisfaction levels among Black singles, suggesting cultural programming plays crucial roles in community formation and relationship development. Museums, theaters, and cultural centers with regular gathering opportunities for like-minded individuals, annual festivals, food events, and cultural celebrations create predictable social calendars that facilitate ongoing community engagement and relationship building. These recurring events help establish social routines and provide multiple opportunities for meeting potential partners over time. The presence of historically Black colleges and universities within metropolitan areas contributes significantly to cultural vibrancy and social opportunities. Alumni networks and ongoing campus programming create extended communities that support relationship formation beyond traditional college years. Business districts with concentrations of Black-owned enterprises create natural networking environments where professional relationships can evolve into personal connections. These commercial communities serve dual purposes of economic empowerment and social connection. Future trends and demographic considerations. Migration patterns among young African-American professionals continue evolving based on changing economic opportunities, lifestyle preferences, and social priorities. Remote work capabilities may influence future location decisions by reducing the importance of specific job markets while maintaining focus on social cultural factors. Generational differences in location preferences reflect changing priorities around work-life balance, community connection, relationship goals. Young professionals increasingly prioritize social cultural factors alongside traditional economic considerations when choosing where to establish themselves. The ongoing development of southern metropolitan areas as technology and business hubs, or STEM, as well as science, technology, engineering, and math, may continue attracting Black professionals seeking combinations of career opportunity and cultural community. This trend could further strengthen the appeal of cities already ranking highly for relationship satisfaction. Urban plan community development initiatives that explicitly consider cultural community needs may influence future rankings as cities compete for educated professional populations. Intentional investment in cultural programming and community spaces could reshape geographic preferences over time. Woo! That was a mouthful. Hey, my thoughts. Hey, gorgeous. Good to see you, my friend. Have a great show. Just stopping by to say hi. In the news. Yes, Las Vegas Live was a good time. You have not because you asked not. You literally, yes, indeed. Love you all so much. It's forward to my thought. It's forward to my thoughts, and also Nikki News or narcissism. So I will say this, right? If you don't know, Paramount Global's asking people to come back to the office 5 days a week. NBC Universal's asking people to come back 4 days a week to the office. Here's the thing. I was just talking to my good friend Lester in the Onyx collab on Clubhouse, and I said, the reason why remote work needs to matter is because let's just say, right, your headquarters is in Miami, Florida, right? But you need somebody in California. Instead of flying that person to California, they do remote work from California. They can go to the fashion shows and everything else, right? So remote work does matter. I think the industry just has to figure out how it matters. And also, you have to hire people. We just watched a report of the job market is stagnant. No one's getting hired. No one's getting fired. Okay? So Just keeping it a buck with y'all. And let me go back to that video there. The Bureau of Labor Statistics on Tuesday said the United States added 911,000 fewer jobs than previously reported in the 12-month period ending in March 2025. So 911,000 fewer jobs. 911,000 fewer jobs. Make remote work matter. Okay. All right. So speaking of things that need to matter. To the world reality TV for media takeout, K. Michelle claps back at Giselle Bryan, Robin Dixon over shady robo comments. The Real Housewives of Potomac stars. Well, Giselle is a star on it. Robin Dixon is starless because she's been fired. Okay, all right. Are giving their thoughts on the buzz surrounding some possible new faces in Bravo's lineup. Reports have been swirling that singer K. Michelle, best known for her time of love in hip hop, could be joining the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Meanwhile, Angel Love, who previously appeared on Basketball Wives, is said to be stepping into the world married to Madison. By the way, to Robin and Giselle, K. Michelle was on a show called Queen's Court, which aired on Bravo. I mean, I know that y'all are not the sharpest tools in the tool shed, nor will anybody pick you up to use you or to keep you in the house. But sincerely, just because you're dumbasses doesn't mean the rest of us are not. Okay? All right, moving on. And also to send love to Angel Love. Anybody who's trying to be better, I send love to them. And not to mention her name is Angel Love. So how can you not love a person named Angel Love? Come on. Though Bravo has yet to confirm the casting news, both women have reportedly been spotted filming with the show's stars. When asked about the speculation, Giselle did not hold back. Are we rinsing and recycling? That could be said the same thing for you and Robin. Your dating lives, not existing dating life, get onto everybody else's shit, meanwhile hiding your own shit. So K. Michelle, shout out to Jay's reality blog. This is what K. Michelle said, everybody. Right here. Why be so worried about me and my overly educated and successful self and what I might be doing? Robin, you ran out of a job a long time ago. You would love to be recycled, you little couch potato, just yapping. You should have ran through that hotel lobby where your husband was, lady. Giselle, you look beautiful. Leave me alone and let me go yodel in peace. I'm around here selling out shows and you selling baseball hats, but you worried about me and what I might be doing. The nerve of this couch potato. Robin Dixon, I suggest you lay there, roll over, and take it, in the words of Maurice Scott. And Giselle, she was trying to be kind to your ass. Be a first lady. Have love, grace, and space. Know your role, stay in your place, and drive your fucking speed limit on the highway, heifer. And heifer means a cow before y'all get on to me, okay? Good damn. Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to play the clip. Robin added her own take. I really thought that the network or show tried to avoid crossovers from different networks. Phaedra was on Married to Medicine, you dumb heifers. And now she's back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. My Lord Jesus. Like, oh my God, child. So you mean to tell me if there's a bag over on Lifetime, you're not going to go, Robin? Because Portia was just on Lifetime with Single Black Female, but she's on Bravo. Are you bitches stupid? Oh my Lord. I can't. It did not take long for K. Michelle to catch the shade, especially since the clip went viral. Why do you be so worried about me and my overly educated, successful self and what I might be doing? Robert, you ran out of a job a long time ago. You love to be recycled, you little couch potato, just yapping, she wrote. You should have ran through that hotel lot where your husband was late. Giselle, you look beautiful. Leave me alone. Go yodel in peace. I'm around here selling out shows and you selling baseball hats, but you worried about me and what I might be doing, the nerve of this couch potato. Factual. Don't make no damn sense. It's always the ones that ain't doing shit. They got the most to say, but the ones who mind their business is about shit. Giselle and Robin, you're looking like thirsty toxicity over there. And their subscribers, you're looking like them. You should really stop. Okay? All right. Speaking of thirsty toxicity, when we don't invest in children, we get people like thirsty toxicity and their subscribers. So, to this story from today's THV, no one calls it THV 11 anymore. Autism therapy center closing locations in Arkansas following state law change. Arkansas, fuck y'all for this. But Sarah Trashy B. Sanders, who your daughter said One day, mama, you can be pretty. Fuck you too. Okay, all right. Hopebridge is withdrawing therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy services from the state. Hopebridge, one of the nation's largest autism therapy providers, announced it will close its Arkansas service this fall, citing a recent change in state law. The company has locations in Bentonville, Hot Springs, and Little Rock. Said in a statement, after careful consideration and extensive evaluation, we made the difficult decision to withdraw all of Hopebridge applied behavioral analysis, ABA therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy services from the state of Arkansas effective October 3rd, 2025. A recent change in Arkansas law, ARK code 2078-201 to 220 child care facility licensing act now requires any ABA center that serves 5 or more unrelated children for more than 5 hours a day or 10 hours a week in a way to become licensed as a child care facility. Hopebridge provides medically necessary services such as applied behavioral analysis, ABA, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and diagnostic evaluations. This reclassification shifts our designation as a medical treatment provider to daycare facility, which conflicts with our clinical model and stands for medically necessity care. Due to this regulatory change, the state of Arkansas has left us and many other state providers with no choice than to withdraw therapy services from the state. It has been an incredible honor to serve Arkansas families with 1 in 31 children being diagnosed with autism, and that privilege is growing every year. We hope the state of Arkansas will recognize the importance of helping children with autism, and the current and future children of Arkansas deserve access to quality behavioral care. The change in state law means therapy centers like Hopebridge, which provide medical services to children with autism, will now fall under child care facility licensing if they serve a certain number of children for a set amount of time each week. Hopebridge said that requirement conflicts with its medical treatment model. Vanessa Boomer, president of Autism Involves Me, and a mother of a child with autism, said founders are now left in a difficult position. My first reaction was shock, honestly, because ABA providers are so big in this area, and there's a wait list for every ABA provider in Northwest Arkansas, Boomer said. Boomer explained when ABA first started, Hopebridge stepped in and brought the community on. As an ABA provider, you're already under licensing under Medicaid or whatever insurance is. Now you're adding another component because you're going to be under child care licensing, which has a lot more hoops to jump through, said Boomer. She explained other providers are stepping up to help, but the demand is overwhelming. It emphasized the need for continued advocacy and support. This isn't an autism problem. We aren't having less developmental delay. If anything, we're having more money cut. What happens to those kids who serves them? What happens to those kids is they grow up to be like thirsty toxicity and their subscribers. That's what happens. Okay. Boomer said. Boomer added, Autism Involves Me is working to connect families with other local providers and resources. Still, the change of Hopebridge's exit could leave gaps in care for many children across the state. Arkansas, you fucking dumb piece of shit state. Are you kidding me right now? You're going to cut a resource for children? Are you serious? Are y'all cutting off AR kids first too? Are you cutting off the food? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I was going to say, are y'all cutting off the food bank too? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? See, the reason why lies are allowed to live because the liars kill the truthers, okay? That's why. This is fucking disgusting. It's disgraceful, and it's downright trodden to just seething beyond belief, just a downright shame. Get your shit together, Arkansas. Y'all, those are all of our destinations. And I do want to show y'all this. And Hannah Grace, shout out to you, sister. You may not know this, but there's a thing called YouTube Hype. And Hannah Grace is amazing. She has 5,440 subscribers, 3,811 total views there on this video 9 hours ago. But Hannah, your people are loving you so much, beautiful. You have been hyped 158,460 times. Let me say that 2 more times. 158,460 points there. 158,460 points. Hannah, keep going, beautiful. 862 likes, 2,369 views on that. Congratulations, beautiful. Keep stomping on the yard. That's what we do over here. We uplift each other over here, and we tear down when it's fucking necessary. Once again.
Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Because knowledge is knocking. Then I want to talk to you real quick about ignoring a bitch. Oh, there's power in turning the other cheek. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about people that like to throw shade, you don't fight shade with shade. The only thing that overrides and destroys the shade is the sunlight. See, your light got to be so bright that you keep that bitch where they belong, in the shadows, the dark. The bitch is invisible, and we don't see you, girl. See, you don't go back and forth with a person that's hating on you, because when you do that, you become just like them, a weak bitch. So the next time they mention your name in a status or your name come up in a conversation, don't respond because you're too high to look that low. We can't go back and forth with people that we can't reach and that's not on our level. We not sitting at the same table eating the same meals.
Now clock that, thirsty toxicity and yo subscribers, child. I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we done the whole show for an hour. Yes, we have. Child, congratulations to Hannah Grace there. Yes, indeed. Very well deserved, beautiful. I just wanted you to know that personally. You're getting hyped, girl. You're getting hyped. You're getting hyped. Yes, indeed, y'all. So much to talk about this morning. Wicked for Good. I am so excited. The preview looks so good from Entertainment Weekly. The movie will be coming out November 21st. So excited for that. I mean, whoo, my Lord, the layers of storytelling there of what is home and how do you fight for home when home may not even want you there. That's a word right there. Okay, that is a whole word right there. In the world of politics, like I said, the president has a health condition where his leg could get amputated, but yet he's calling somebody second rate and calling black children criminals and this, that, and the third, and believes that black people have a lower IQ when black people founded, made, and are influencers in the world. Okay, child. Karen Huger coming back to Bravo. Very, very excited about that. Like I said, I think at 8/7 Central should be Potomac, and then at 9/8 Central should be a companion show where Karen Huger is watching the episode and giving her commentary there. Shout out to that 9th annual Alopecia weekend, everybody. Yes, indeed. By the way, that Bold, Beautiful, and Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat will be happening September 19th through the 21st, 2025 in historic Camden County, Georgia. Absolutely there. If you want to go to that to support those women and women who have alopecia, here is the link right here. I'll post that in the live chat right there. Also to Tyrese, know your role, stay in your place, and shut the fuck up, okay? You will never outdo Pony by Genuine, okay? And I hope Genuine responds to you on the stage. Dating. The fact that, geographically where you live can determine where you date. I think it's always been that way, but I think it has evolved over time that people really are about wanting the best life and understanding that that's non-negotiable, and where you live does determine your purview for sure. K. Michelle, shout out to you for reading Regular Robin in the words of Kim Pyre and Roberto. Shout out to Color Me Pink, because I'm just like, really recycling people. K. Michelle has a whole singing career. She has achieved things that you and Giselle could never achieve combined or separate, and reasonably shady. You got to like 1 million listens or 1 million downloads, but does anybody bring you up in their YouTube shows? Does anybody bring you up on social media as a trending topic on a regular basis? No, they don't, child. So shut the fuck up. Know your role and stay in your place if you know what's good for your mental health. And Hopebridge, I am so sorry that my state is a fucking dumb piece of shit that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm so sorry to all those autistic kids and kids with disabilities. Y'all better have a fucking solution for that shit. And Hannah Grace, congratulations, gorgeous, to you being hyped 158,460 points to you, sweetie. Congratulations. Y'all, that's it. That's all I got for y'all. One love, much love, all love. And by the way, please don't be thirsty toxicity. Be higher than that. Because why? Higher is waiting. Lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. One love, much love, all love. I'll see y'all a little bit later on tonight for the Tyler Perry interview that happened The brother came out with ABC News's and ABC News Live, Lindsay Davis. We're going to talk about that, watch the interview, and we are going to do it live. So get ready for that happening tonight. One love, much love, all love. Phil Love, send it right back to you. By the way, here is Hannah Grace's video right here. Let me. Right there, just post that right there. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? winner.
Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Because knowledge is knocking. Then I want to talk to you real quick about ignoring a bitch. Oh, there's power in turning the other cheek. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about people that like to throw shade, you don't fight shade with shade. The only thing that overrides and destroys the shade is the sunlight. See, your light gotta be so bright that you keep that bitch where they belong. In the shadows, the dark. The bitch is invisible, and we don't see you, girl. See, you don't go back and forth with a person that's hating on you, because when you do that, you become just like them. A weak bitch. So the next time they mention your name in a status, or your name come up in a conversation, don't respond because you're too high to look that low. We can't go back and forth with people that we can't reach and that's not on our level. We not sitting at the same table eating the same meals.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.